some quality wins this year. Knocked off Iowa State in a game just under a couple weeks ago and ran up over 100 on the Knights earlier this year.
Right back at you, Bryce Thompson, one of the bright spots this year for the Cowboys. Keller will fire away, certainly has the range. He's a tough physical guard. Yeah, Avery, a spark off the bench he has been, certainly for the Cowboys. Johnson fires once more, lid on the bucket right now for UCF. Coleman trying to make something happen in traffic. Cowboys have it.
With a battle on the inside right there to the front court of the Cowboys. The Knights are one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the league. Got to make sure they keep those to a minimum.
Jamiron Keller, jump stop, nicely done. Feeding it off, Usman finishes.
Good job by Oklahoma State. Whenever Keyshawn Hall gets that ball in the mid-post area, the best thing you can do is send two at him, make him give it up.
Shot goes down, Brandon Newman off the bench. Avery, wheeling and dealing, top of the key now. This one fired, and 2 for 2 is Brandon Newman, the senior and former Purdue Boilermaker.
When all three looks were good looks, right? I mean, they weren't challenge threes, weren't heavy contests. Those are threes that Division I basketball players will make, regardless of the percentage. The pass.
Keller working it inside.
Avery's got the mismatch. Got to take advantage of the smaller Mahovsky.
Backs him in, and here they will give him the bucket.
Avery's a guy who doesn't use his strength and his body enough. Sometimes you think he forgets that he's 6'8".
Ball taken away, and it's another bucket for Oklahoma State as Avery finishes. Hendricks has misfired a couple times. Johnson now goes strong. Mahovsky, can he knock one home? Connor Dow in the game, number 13 here for the Cowboys. Brantley, pull up. That's off. Chom brings down the rebound, and now it's Johnson. Darius Johnson for 3. Yes!
Mike, get that puppy sick, get those feet square, hold his follow through. Mike was knocking it down.
Keyshawn Hall with a dunk, end-to-end.
Former teammate and Knight legend Taco Fall.
Mikey Williams and Jordan Ivy Curry.
And none more than right now, right? You have Niels Mahovsky and Dior Johnson handling the point guard duties, but this has been the expansion of Mustafa's Chum game, the ability to...
Chum quickly back down the court, reward the big man. Little two-man game now. Lob it up, Chum turning and scoring.
He's got to become a better defensive rebounder, and he has to become a little bit more of a lob threat at the rim when guys are driving downhill. But other than that, he has the defensive end of the game pretty well figured out.
Brandon Newman, right now he's got that three-point line figured out. He's 3 for 3 from beyond the... Good help that time. Williams came over. Whipping inside. Good way to attack that zone. That's Patrick Sumnick. Several lead changes here in this first half. Sumnick. Arturo Dean, little floater in the lane, goes down.
Good probe. Good basketball.
Oh, the former FIU star, Arturo Dean, high off the glass.
Really? College basketball careers.
And Darius, the godson of Knights head coach Johnny Dawkins.
Great move.
Great tie there, and that is an awesome move. Abu Usman, he is an impressive post guy. When he sets those feet, it's good night.
Exactly. I mean, and you don't get a lot of double-figure front court scores in today's game, but Abu Usman's one of those guys, right? Did a nice job of using that left shoulder to create space.
J.J. Taylor from the corner.
They're headed for the worst seed in the NCAA tournament in the Bill Self era, but whenever you got a scorer like Caleb Love coming in to town, going into Allen Fieldhouse, that number, you want to give up under 10 points off turnovers in a game. Like the Knights have already given up 16.
Arturo Dean, little stop and pop is good. Got it over Dior Johnson. Solid job for him off the bench here. Johnson will fire it. Oh, how about that throwdown? J.J. Taylor, hello.
The miss from Dior Johnson leads to the opportunity.
Bryce Thompson, he's been a little quiet for the Cowboys here thus far. Hendricks trying to get his hands on it. Made a good defensive play from behind. And Darius Johnson has it. In fact, Bryce Thompson still scoreless for Oklahoma State. So that's a key storyline.
Yeah, and that can be good or bad, right? You can look at it and say he's having an off night. That continues. It's good for UCF. But if you're Oklahoma State, already a 5-point lead, no Bryce Thompson bucket as Darius Johnson uses that strong shoulder.
Aaron passed that time, picked up Keller. Arturo Dean has played well, and here's a three going down for Jamyron Keller.
You got to make something happen in the palm-fronted area.
Try to get it downstairs to Chom. Keller comes away with it. Right now, the Knights are struggling. Oklahoma State smelling a little bit of blood in the water here. 3 fouls right now on Johnson. He's the only one in somewhat of foul trouble. Keyshawn Hall comes away with it. Crowd oohs and ahs at the dribbling. Keyshawn, not very pretty that time, but it gets it done.
The leading scorer in the Big 12 is starting to come alive. Gets downhill, takes the bump, and uses the right. The seas parted for him, and finishes above the rim like a 6'8" forward should.
Darius Johnson steps out. Another three on the way, rattles in. So 3 fouls apiece for Johnson and Hall, the 2 UCF stars. 3 there for Jamyron Keller.
Defense to defend the likes of a Curtis Jones at Iowa State, a LJ Cryer at Houston, right? Caleb Love at Arizona. They needed him to be that great on-ball defender.
Johnson tried to take it himself. UCF can get a bucket here. This crowd will explode.
Got to keep your hands off if you're Arturo Dean.
Johnson says, it's mine. To the corner again, it's Sellers. That's Hendricks, rather, with the shot. Darius Johnson comes back. Oklahoma State has had their moments here tonight. Darius Johnson, though, the hot shooter right now on his senior night. Johnson gonna be the orchestrator. He'll fire again. Oh, what a night. 31 points and a smile from the senior. Right back at you, but he comes down a little awkwardly.
But it's been the Darius Johnson show. Jamyron Kelly just not ready for the triple.
Johnson, he'll fire again. Another high arcer. That rim right now is like a swimming pool. Jalen Sellers, a final high five, and that will do it. From Edition Financial Arena, that's what senior night is all about. For Darius Johnson, could not have gone better.